How you doing? It's your boy Josh here with Ohio Fish Rescue. Well, with us being bored in the house, that means we've just been getting that many more projects done. So today, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. You guys just seen us hook up the two end tanks onto the drip system. So now that leaves this center 265 as the lone man out. Coming around to the back side, you guys can see here, there is an overflow in each corner with a bulkhead down in each overflow box. So what we have here is, this is basically just a bulkhead that somebody cut, and it was virtually useless besides for this purpose here, which is why I keep the scrap bulkheads. Now I'm going to use this down in here, and I'm going to use this just as a plug. So there's that side done. Over here, we have a brand new 1.5-inch bulkhead here. Here's an 1.5-inch corner. So when you look underneath this stand, you see there is a 2x6 base on it already. So we're going to bulkhead come down, and I'm going to basically put that elbow right there. And then what I'm going to do, you see this mess of pipes out here, I just went to the barn and I found all the pieces that we need. So essentially, here's that elbow coming down. I'm going to convert it down to 1 inch, and then I'm going to take this 1-inch pipe and I'm going to run it all the way across over to here and into that black tub. So there's more flow going through this little tub of plants. As you can see, the plants in there are really starting to take off. They're liking the slow water, so it's essentially helping us. One little thing, we can do at a time. So looking at the stand for this tank, we could have went ahead and built a stand for this real quick, but the base was already there, the holes were already cut, so we just decided to throw it up on cinder blocks. So I've got to reposition these back cinder blocks, so this back edge here is basically flat with this cinder block here, so it has good support. Do that in all 4 corners, and then I'm going to go ahead and brace the front side here and the back side over here, and then this big old baby should be ready for water, guys. It's exciting times here at the Ohio Fish Rescue. So there's bulkhead number 1 in place and screwed in tight. So now the next step is we're going to go ahead and do these cinder blocks down bottom, get the tank set in place, and then I'm going to come over here and do bulkhead number 2. So with that being said, here is our bulkhead that's going to stick down through the bottom of the tank. You're basically going to be looking at it like this. So there's the bulkhead to a 1.5-inch 90, to a reducer, to a 1-inch, to another 90. So that's going to have us a pipe sticking out, and then we can stick another 90 and shoot it all the way down the back over that black tub I just showed you guys.
And one thing I'd like to say, you guys are all talking about the different videos that we do, and I'm bossing Josh around. Today, this is Josh's week now for the videos, and he's telling me what to do. I'm letting him video. It's in his hands, so I run and get him the glue. I run and cut the pipes. I do what it takes. I just want you guys to know how much work goes in behind the camera. So we do work together all day when we have the chance. It's not just whoever's holding the camera.
So here we are. You can see the cinder blocks are now flush with the backside, and they're catching on basically each inside corner. Same thing with the fronts. We have these cinder blocks holding up the centers. That front corner is good. We left this back corner out so I can have ease of access to my plumbing before we set this backside up. I'm still going to go ahead and put a little wood spacer in between the bottom of this frame and the diving board here, just so there's no flexure, because that is kind of a big span and I don't really like taking those chances. So we're going to go ahead and cut some boards for that and start working on this plumbing. Alrighty everyone, so I went ahead and pre-glued just a few things. I pre-glued this pipe into the bulkhead, then I pre-glued this whole contraption here, and then I also pre-glued my first stretch of piping. Now I need to start installing the bulkhead and then actually gluing together the piping in place so we can go ahead and get this tank filled with water. Alright guys, so right now I'm putting in the second bulkhead, We couldn't tighten this up because whoever made this, they didn't cut the holes big enough, so I lifted the tank up so I can get to the bulkhead bolt, and now we are tightening her up and she should be good to go. Now always on these bulkheads, you don't want to tighten too tight, you'll then end up squishing the rubber seal on the bulkhead and it'll end up leaking. Once it goes snug, just go a little bit past, you should be golden. So I'm going to give you guys a look at what's going on here. As you can see, there's the bulkhead, elbow coming out, elbow down, to a 1-inch long pipe. Now, looking at it from this side, there you can see I have a little hanger going up to a screw holding it, going all the way across. Now make sure it's downhill because there won't be no resistance of water backing up. Got a hanger down there. Now I just got to get the pipe from there over to the black tub. Alright everyone, so hooked up there, running down. Let me get you a little end view so you can see. It's tied up on that end, tied up here, tied to the stand here, and coming in it's just going to drip in. There's not going to be no weight in this pipe as it's going to be a stream of water about that running through it constantly. So I'm confident in this little job here. And next we level the tank and start filling her with water. How exciting, guys. So you guys seen the last video where we hooked up these valves. My dad went ahead and ran the feed lines while I was hooking up the last of the plumbing, and voila, we now have water going into the tank for the first time, guys. So this brings me to another point. When you're setting up a new tank, you need to make sure, because this is a concrete pad, it's decent right now, but others might not get so lucky, and you need to make sure that your tank is completely level. See, our concrete pad was off a little bit, and you can see that we have plastic shims on the front side because the front side was down probably about 1/8 of an inch. So we went ahead and shimmed the front side. The back side was good. So we just want to stress the importance of leveling large aquariums, because even if it's off by just a tad hair, that's putting extra stress onto the tank, and it calls for cracking. Alrighty, as you guys can see, that bad boy is almost full. I'm going to have to get some fake plants in there, coming up in the middle. And my dad came up with a great idea for stocking this thing, so you guys might be in for another little treat. Alright, so we've been leak testing this tank now for a few days. I am comfortable with it. The FX6 has been running on there. No problems with it whatsoever. The tank is filling up, draining over to this little pond here, which we did add more plants into. I do have to replace this plant bulb in here as it's going bad. But now on to the fun stuff. We get to go ahead and stock this tank. So as we come out here, you can look at this 650 right here. It is filled with all of the koi of my mom's. So we had a thought. We already have the Adonis pleco in here. He's back there. You can see he's a big boy in there. But we are gearing up to go ahead and take these koi outside, and they're going to essentially be going in the backyard koi pond that Greg's going to be coming back to build. So the next step for these guys are getting them down in temperature just a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and stick these guys, divvy them up between the back 265 back there and the other 195 that we already cleared out of koi. So this will probably drop them down probably another 5 degrees or so, and then we could slowly transfer them outside. But first and foremost, we're going to go ahead and take this top off, and we're going to start catching koi and putting them in the tanks. So you guys just seen this tank with the net on it. Now look at it without the net. Look how much more impressive this tank looks. Now I'm hoping with the new fish that we put in here, we're not going to actually need the net. We're not going to put no jumpers in it. We had it on here because koi do sometimes jump if they get spooked. We've had it happen a number of times. So we're going to go ahead and try it without it. But look at this guy right here. You couldn't really see him through the green net. Now he's just a big old 34.5-inch Adonis pleco. He's going to have this whole tank to himself here for a while.
All right, I'm going to hold the camera while Josh is catching fish, because I'm not equipped to run right now, and you know, my rib broken and my foot just getting out of the cast. He can sprint around the pool and put them fish in the big tanks we just prepared for him. There he goes. Oh, he threw off his shoes. There he goes. There he goes. Oh, look at him. He's beautiful. Oh, yeah. All right, we're getting the second fish now. What he's doing is catching all Tracy's ultimate favorites and putting them in that tank together. Okay, here he goes, putting them in. Oh my God, they're gorgeous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 super long fantails in there. Okay, he's got 2 more. Beautiful fish. All right. Okay, while he's running around, I'm walking this way. That's a 195-gallon tank, and they're only going to be here for probably a month at the latest. So I don't think it's too overcrowded. We'll be okay. It's got constant water running through it, and that's enough fish for that tank, Josh. All right, he's got a couple more fish. Let's see what you got there. Just go ahead and run. You got them out already. Now these ones are going to go into the center tank. We're going to start filling it up now. Now mind you, it's all the same water that runs through our system. And now that we got these on our system and they've been running for a while, it should be, I mean, we tested it, it's the same. Now they're in the 265. Tracy's going to love this. Okay, he's got some more. There you go. Very nice. Okay, we got one in waiting here. We just caught another one. Oh. Okay, we got 2 now. Oh, don't. So now he's going to scoop these 2 out with that one. He's got them. He's going to go. Okay, there they go in. Now see, these tanks stay because they're getting fed water slowly, but they're up here surrounded by air, and the air is colder in here than the water. The water is 83. So the tanks go down probably 4 to 5 degrees less than our main water. That's why we're stepping this down like he said. Okay, here comes the next 2.
So all the koi are in. They are a little bit stressed, but you can see these ones over here are already making friends with the other koi that were in there. But they look beautiful as ever. But now the fish are in the tank. I'm gonna add air stone to that center tank there. But let's go back in here to the fish room. So over here, now that this tank is a little bit of a mess, we just have the big boy Adonis Pleco in here. Now this tank is completely empty. Now you ask yourself what might be going into this tank. Well, if you come over here, you guys see the 500 and the 1000 are on the stand now. The stand for this 700 is in production. So we're going to need to move all these fish out of this 700 gallon. That's 1 Atlantic tarpon, 2 Indo tarpon, the 2 red Atabapo pipes, the Henley Eye female, and then the Bosemani Super Spot female, this Arapaima, which we'll actually need the net for, and this cichlid right there, and another marble cat down there. So we're going to go ahead and drain this, put this up on the stand. Majority of them fish are going to come over here into this tank. I think it'll suit us well for the time being. And then once we get the tanks back up online, we can have fun, you know, switching around stock and flipping everything around. So here we are. Here's the last shot of the tank. The net is completely off. We decided we might not be putting the Arapaima in here, so we went ahead and took the net off. Makes a world of difference on this tank. I think it looks absolutely beautiful now. And it's all ready for some new fishies, of course. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was, you guys learned something about plumbing some tanks, got to see some fish being moved, got to see us redoing our tanks just a little bit. So I hope you guys liked it. If you guys want to see more crazy adventures with the Ohio Fish Rescue, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And as always, stay fishy, my friends.